Liz. Happy Monday. Happy start of a new week. Today I wanted to talk about what to do when you feel like quitting and understanding what is actually happening in your brain and body when you get those signals that like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I should probably just quit. Say hi, Nellie. I'm here with my daughter. I'm dropping her off at camp this morning and thought I would just record a quick video. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Liz Gutierrez, and I'm a psychiatrist who helps people reconnect to their true nature so they can live an authentic and fulfilling life that honors themselves and the earth.
Mama,
And, yep,
can I go?
yes, we can go over there. So, what I wanted to share today was I listened. It's amazing how the earth orchestrates, the universe orchestrates the messages that we need to hear. Because yesterday, or the past few days, I've been feeling.
Over there. I just want to stay over there.
Go ahead, Nelly. Go ahead. I've been feeling like in my own body these signals and messages of like, oh, you should just stop doing this. That's enough. You should quit. And I almost convinced myself to stop doing this and quit. And then out of the blue, I heard this podcast that someone had been telling me to listen to, and I finally had time to listen to it. And it was this researcher, John Assaraf, who was talking about the brain and understanding what is happening when we set a goal and we're motivated to do it, and then we start encountering all these fears and doubts, and our body starts panicking and shutting down and telling us we can't do this. And what is actually happening? And so I listened to the podcast, and I wanted to just share with you the highlights of what I learned, because it really helps give me a framework when I'm encountering these feelings of fear and doubt and how to work past them. So what was interesting to hear is that, and I think I've already experienced all this and intuitively have kind of learned how to work through it, but to have an understanding of what is actually happening in our brain in a biological level kind of gives me a whole additional framework. So we have this primitive section of our brain. It's very ancient. It's sort of like the first part of our human brain that evolved, the limbic system, that really is all about survival and safety. And that's its main job. It's like 24/7 on, scanning the environment for survival and safety. And it's its job to signal to us whenever it encounters something that it feels like is a potential danger to our safety. Not just physical safety, but in our day and age, financial safety, emotional safety, just anything that triggers our sense of security. This part of our brain activates, and it activates our sympathetic nervous system. It produces a stress response that we feel with like shallow breathing or heart rate pumping, or just this discomfort, this tension in our body and our chest and our tummy. And that's this part of our brain telling us like, let's back off, let's retreat, let's just go home where we know it's safe, where we won't be harmed or put in any danger. And that part of us tells us to stop doing what we're doing, to stop going out of our comfort zone, because being out of our comfort zone and in unknown territory is by default something unknown, and something unknown could be unsafe. So this part of our brain just activates without us doing anything. We can barely stop it from activating. So just being aware that it automatically activates is helpful to know. And yet there's another part of our brain. This is a newer newer in the sense of like 50,000 years rather than 3 million years old, or 5 million years old, is there our neo-prefrontal cortex. And this is the area of our brain, the newest area of our brain, that is involved in the higher level processes of thinking and consciousness. And this is the part of our brain that can have awareness of what is going on and consciously choose to shift our thinking. It can tap us back into the original visions and dreams and goals we had. And when this part of our brain is activated, we can tell ourselves to calm down, to take a deep breath and to relax, and to not let that automatic part of our brain hijack our experience. So when I talked the other day about how fear is just a perception, I think what I was, from a brain-based perspective, fear is what happens when we allow that limbic part of our brain to be activated, and then we believe everything that it's telling us, that we're in danger, that we need to stop and we need to quit doing what we're doing. And the other part of our brain, that when it's activated and it can say, no, it's not true. You know, I'm okay, I'm safe. My dreams and goals are achievable. I'm capable of doing this. Nothing bad's going to happen to me. We can let it activate our parasympathetic nervous system and relax our body, which allows us to be, when we're in a relaxed state, we're actually so much more open to possibility and potential. And one thing we can do, coming darling, one thing we can do to activate our parasympathetic nervous system is just by taking 6 deep breaths. So Nellie, come take 6 deep breaths with me. Okay? We're going to take 6 deep breaths. This is an inner exercise that John Assaraf recommends. And if you just do that, 6 deep belly breaths, and I like to visualize when I take my belly breaths, that really encircling my heart in a pink light as well. So Nellie, let's do 6 deep breaths together, okay? Really fill up your belly. I mean, I can feel my nervous system calming down. And if you can do that, knowing that whenever your fire alarm system goes off, that you can consciously and intentionally have the power to turn it back off, then you don't have to let your life be controlled by this part of your brain that, you know, it's there to help you. But when we believe it all the time and it's not actually alerting us to any real danger, then we get caught in a constant state of stress and anxiety and fear and doubt and arousal, which really causes stress on our nervous system, our mental health, and our physical bodies. And when we're in that contracted state, we can't open up to our higher potential and our higher possibility. So, I hope that was useful. I know it helps me to have a brain-based framework for things that I already intuitively do. If you found that helpful, please share this and go ahead and just write down, you know, share with me if you try taking 6 deep breaths and what that does. And let's just keep doing this day by day. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.